Okay, Gaelic Warrior was there, Stateman's there, Copac de Board's there, Ballyburn's there.
Hello and welcome along to the Let's Talk Racing YouTube channel. You are watching episode 1 of 5 of our 2026 Cheltenham Festival Ante Post series, spread across the whole season. You excited?
I'm incredibly excited, Josh. Fantastic time of the season. And when better to talk about Cheltenham Ante Post than a little bit of an October week where we're just searching for inspiration. And you're going to give it to me.
We are. This is how the series is going to work. There's going to be 5 episodes. The first one is today. The second one is going to be a little bit further into the season. It's going to be on December the 11th. Then, after that, the third episode is January the 1st. We'll have Christmas out the way. Which Christmas horses do we think are going to win at the festival? Then, we're going to have Trials Day and the DRF. And we're going to come back on February the 12th and have our 4th episode. And then, the day after, on the 13th, on the Friday, we're going to do a special Cheltenham Ante Post series finale live for you, for everyone to watch on the Let's Talk Racing YouTube channels. But there are rules.
Oh, tell me there are rules.
There are rules. We have to put 6 horses up.
Okay.
You can choose.
No more, no less.
No more, no less. You can choose how you want to do it.
Yeah.
If you want to put 6 up today, you could.
That would be outrageous, but yes.
If you wanted to wait to the last live finale, you could put all 6 up then.
Understandable.
But you have to put 6 up throughout the season. And for the good nature of the viewers, should we have 100 quid on it as who can make most profit?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Say 100 quid on who can actually make a profit.
There we go. We've signed up. 100 quid. And lots of bragging rights as to who's going to be the 2026 most profit at the Cheltenham Festival.
Can't wait.
Can't wait. Right. This episode is going to be very interesting. Why? Because a certain Andrew Blair White. Where did you spend this morning?
In Willie Mullins' yard in Close Sutton. Don't know how I ended up there, don't know why I ended up there, but I was there.
How was it?
Fantastic. There for a press day for the Randox National, all about Nick Rocket.
What's it like?
Oh, actually extraordinary. We went out for a lot. There was 60 horses in a lot. There were horses just going everywhere.
Champions.
Yeah. Like, just all of them just kind of going around. And they've got 244 horses in. So there's 4 lots of around 60 horses. They go around this deep... So people will see, on videos, on photos, the wood chip gallop they have. My lord. I walked across it to get into the middle near on sunk. It is very... Obviously... It's taxing, it's what makes them get fit. And I just think it's very interesting. Over here, there's almost like this kind of malaise in people's head that you almost have to have a hill gallop. Like everyone that does it well has a hill gallop. This thing is flat as a pancake, 7 furlongs round, but because it's so deep, it gets them so fit. And it was just extraordinary watching it go along. Like,
did you see Gallopin de Champs?
I did. Near on.
How is it?
Now, it's quality, though, because you go in and you go up the drive, and near on the first horse you see is Gallopin des Champs.
Stop it.
He's just got his head out.
I'm so jealous.
He's right beside the house near the top there. He's around the third door in, and,
Did you let him know he's a legend?
Oh, yeah. Took a photo, gave him a pat. He loves attention as well. Fan of the camera.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I thought those champions are normally... They're either really massive fans of the camera, like Sprinter Sacra, or...
Yeah. I tell you, I then went, I did a little bit of a wander near the end where I just got to go around and take a couple of photos.
Did you go, this is for content?
Yeah, exactly. I was going around saying, because Tom Stanley was with me doing the links and stuff. I gave it I'm just going to go around the yards, see where best to shoot this, final link. Absolute BS, it was just going around.
Of course, but you've got to do it.
But Stateman, for instance, I was trying to cajole out for a photo. Stateman likes his food, doesn't like being interrupted.
Doesn't
from
like
his food.
photos.
Stateman looked at me. I went, sorry, not today.
Did you see Copac de Board? Any of the nice young ones?
Copac de Board was there. It was sometimes we're very, very privileged with work to go to yards, and sometimes you go around a 50, 60 horse yard and you're kind of looking for the 4 or 5 horses that you really know and maybe want to take a
Sometimes
photo.
even maybe just one.
Yeah, you want to take a photo of and stuff like that. Genuinely, you were going down like, okay, Gaelic Warrior was there, State Man's there, Copac de Board's there, Ballyburn's there. Like, and then oh dear, what's this one? Oh, Poetisa or something, 330 grand bumper winner. Like, you just, everywhere you looked, there were good horses there. Illet Etamp, Anzadam, Galopin des Champs, they were all in the same line.
Final Demand.
Final Demand, Game of Inches, Energamine.
Was it quite overwhelming?
It was incredibly overwhelming.
Because you loved album photo. You've loved so many Willie Mullins horses, but I don't think there's ever been a period of time that's had more depth than it does now. So going there as a racing fan, you must know 95% of the stable.
Oh, definitely, yeah. No, it was one of those where it's complete pinch yourself stuff, just looking around this yard. It's immaculately well run. It's very, very efficient, and just the amount of good horses there. Like, you could spend years there looking at these horses going, wow.
Did you see Proactif?
I didn't see him. No, I think he might have been...
Pierre Billard said he's a machine.
Yeah. He said, Willie, you make my day.
Honestly, since that episode, all 11,000 people that have watched it, you'd have seen him talk about...
Jacques Riche.
Yes. Ever since he keeps going around, Josh, you make my day.
I remember seeing it, while Pierre was saying it to you on the couch. I was behind the camera going...
Right. So... You were there, you had a look round, you saw the champions. I want to know what the vibes were. Give me a couple of horses. You must have got some vibes that Willie's keen on. Yeah,
well, I think that the main takeaway for me is that there's going to be a lot more runners in the UK throughout the year.
Is that because they obviously want to win the third? It's very important, the third Trainers' Championship. Do you think that's because they can't necessarily rely on winning a Grand National 3 years in a row? Like, how often does that happen?
Well, exactly. And I think there's that feeling that they probably have the ammunition now as well, that they can go and send horses, not only as chances to win prize money, but also to give a feeler of where they are with other horses and stuff like that. Is great for them. And as you say, the National's such a tough race. You look at it, like, I think he had 5 of the first 7 home last year. Potentially he can win a third one in a row, but you don't want to be relying on it. And I think he doesn't want to have to rely on completely loading in at Aintree and Sandown and stuff like that at the back end of the season.
So I take it, Ilete Tomp, Stingle Creek?
Yep. Very happy with him.
A few maybe in the King George?
Yeah, I'd say Gaelic Warrior and Factophile certainly under strong consideration as well. I thought the real interesting one, though, and I know he's a horse that I think people want to really love, is Anzadam for the Fighting Fifth Hurdle.
Running.
That is the plan. He's obviously a temperamental horse. Not temperamental, that's the wrong word. A slightly fragile horse. Last year they had a few setbacks with him, but they've got a clear run thus far this season, and if it keeps clear, he will run in the Fighting Fifth Hurdle. And I would say Dan Skelton is sitting at home, bashing his head against the wall, going, can he just leave us alone?
Pierre Billard will be watching this going, Andrew, you made my day. He loves Amsterdam.
He does. But I got the feeling from Willie that he loves them too.
How good do you think? Like, what are we talking? A champion hurdler? They think he could be.
I think so. Yeah, I think there's a real feeling that he's got that ability. I don't know whether it's a case of horses like Duvan in the past, where you've got all that ability but too fragile to actually go and show it at that top level. But I think if they got a clear run all season, I would be very, very shocked if he's not running in the champion hurdle.
Touchwood, he makes it there, and we could see possibly another champion hurdle contender emerge. Right, that's fascinating. I'm so jealous. I'm sure everyone behind the camera is jealous as well. But
class.
Fantastic insight. And if you do enjoy that insight, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and get your comments down below. If this video hits 500 likes, we'll probably do it anyway. But next week we'll have a special with Gavin Lynch. Is that a hint? We'll probably do it anyway, won't we?
I think we might.
But if this video can hit 500 likes, it will massively help anyway. Right, I've got a few bits for you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hit me.
I've been doing my digging.
Yeah.
And I thought there were a few things that the people needed to know.
Of course they do, yeah.
Right. There is a flat horse.
Yep.
Running today when we're uploading this video.
Yep. Thursday.
Owned by JP McManus. Trained by Gavin Cromwell, called In My Teens. Rated 95 on the flat. Favourite today. The plan is to go juvenile hurdling.
Okay.
They think the horse could be very good.
Very good.
Obviously, we hope the horse gets through its assignment today. But might be, possibly, a Boodles horse. Could be a Triumph Hurdle horse. Next. More JP McManus stuff. This time,
Yeah.
Philip Hobbs.
Heavens.
Philip Hobbs and Johnson White. They've got two.
Nice.
Now, they've had one for a little while. The horse is called Lumiere d'Artel. And he's been with Philip Hobbs for a good while. Was supposed to go juvenile hurdling last year, but a skin condition prevented him.
Do you know the skin condition yourself?
I don't. But apparently pretty useful.
Nice.
Another one is Aqualid. Right, anyway, this horse, sorry, it's Ajulid.
Is this your French?
No, it is.
coming in?
I've been doing my pronunciation training.
Yeah.
Ajulid.
Duolingo, yeah.
And anyway, horse was fourth
Yep.
in the Prix-Fino in
Yep.
2024. That's the race that our man Pierre Boulard was waxing lyrical about because Proactive
Yep.
won it this year. Was fourth in the race last year. Hasn't been seen since. Daniela Mele trained both Proactive and this horse. Loves to target a horse at the Prix-Fino. Finished fourth, went out in front, made it a really good gallop, wasn't beaten a long way at all, and the three above have done relatively decently well, so I think that is another horse that we need to keep a small eye on.
How much would you like one of those horses to turn into another Defi de Soy?
I love Defi de Soy.
You did,
I did. And I with Lumiere d'Artel, I think they thought he could take high rank in juvenile hurdles. Maybe a bit of time could give him a world benefit. Obviously, Defi went through the juvenile campaign and then struggled really in open company. Maybe time will benefit. But I looked into the Prix-Fino.
Okay.
And horses such as Lamy Surge, Min, Protectorat, Saint Roy all came from the race. So it's got a good little record of
good, yeah.
pumping out decent horses. Right, another one.
Nice.
Again, JP McManus.
Lovely.
This time, Willie Mullins.
Nice.
Maybe you saw
I probably didn't.
the filly today. It's a filly called Larinka. Right?
That doesn't ring a bell.
No? 4-year-old, sorry. Won on her only start in France, an AQPS flat race, and went to the front very early. Absolutely shit up. Honestly.
Yep.
She was very, very impressive. She's going novice hurdling, and she could be one for something like a mare's novice hurdle.
Okay.
But they think that she could be very, very good. I've got one more.
You're just the man that keeps delivering.
JP again. I've had Frank Berry on the phone. And it's a hardy filly called Cornelian.
Nice.
And again from France with Joseph O'Brien. She's had plenty of racing, but she's ran in like Group 3 flat races.
Oh, okay.
She's very smart. Going novice hurdling. Plenty of experience. Again, novice hurdling down the mare's route. Could be quite smart.
Gotcha.
So that is Cornelian. Everything will be on the bottom of the screen. Right, and then one more from France.
The postman comes back.
Postman comes back. This one is a horse that people will know about, and it's a horse called El Clavel, or Clavel. And this horse won the French champion hurdle as a 5-year-old, beating Le Sange Bleu, who was at the time considered the best hurdler in France. Le Sange Bleu did beat El Clavel on their previous start, but won the French champion hurdle as a 5-year-old. Maybe it was a one-off. Anyway, Noel George and Amanda Zetterholm thought that this horse was going to be a chaser down the line. This was very much a bonus. They couldn't quite believe it, actually. And the plan immediately after the race was kind of umming and ahhing. Anyway, the plan is to have one more hurdles run in France and then go chasing. Nice. Now, they did something very special with Ile Francais and the Courtauld Star, and they want to go chasing in Britain after this run in France, which is going to be over hurdles, I think they're looking at something like the Quarter Star. They think this horse is immensely good.
Yes.
We don't have any betting for the Quarter Star Novices Chase, but from what I look at over here,
It
doesn't look vintage.
No.
I'd be very interested to see if this horse gets a half decent early price, because they think it's an absolute weapon. Well, to win the French champion hurdle as a 5-year-old, like, we genuinely have to be talking about this horse. They've always flirted with the idea of running the horse in Britain, but now it looks pretty much set, and that's what they want to do. So it's just a case of, often we talk so much about horses at this time of the year. We do it every single year, and then something comes along, left field. Last year, Segino, we didn't know he was around. That year of LA Francais, I mean, even when he turned up to the race, we were going, come
French
on. French form. But you do have to respect it. El Clavel could be one that this time next year we go, blimey, he's a very good horse.
How much do you love the Quarter Star Novices Chase?
I love that race.
I think on the bingo card of any Let's Talk Racing, the Quarter Star will be brought.
I think it will be mentioned. Do you know why I really like it? Because I just think it's often almost overlooked. Like, I love the King George as a race.
Yes.
I think the King George is a staple of British national hunt racing. I think it's everything it should be, and because it's not at Cheltenham and it comes at the perfect time, I think it is such a massive race. But like, I think of the Q card when he beat Vautour, Thistle Crack. It's a brilliant race, and that's not telling that's not telling everyone something they didn't know already. But then this race is like the novice version. Brave Man's Game, when he won this, went on to win the King George. I just love the race, and I think it suits a certain style of horse. I think you need a really quick, almost a 2.5 miler rather than a 3. And yeah, I just really like the race.
Yeah.
Right. It's crunch time.
It is crunch time.
We're going to move on to our picks for the Ante Post series. Do you have one?
I do.
You don't have to put one up.
No, but I do have.
There are 6 spots in your team. You don't have to put one, but you do have one.
I do have one, yeah.
Do you have 2?
No, I've
One.
I've won. I nearly had 2.
All right. So, do you want to discuss the nearlies? I'll go first to make it a little bit easier. I am going to put one more up, but I was considering 2 others. And I'll explain my reasoning as to why, and then why I went off them. One of them was Heldham, who the people also need to know. We've not had a video yet to mention this, but he is... I did mention, having spoken to his owner, that he would be going hurdling. He's going to start at a bumper. Now, that doesn't mean that he's going to stick to bumpers, but I'm taking it as it's unlikely that he's going to go hurdling, because I think we'll probably see him in December. He might go and win a bumper. I think they'll expect him to go and win a bumper. He could be very impressive, and I think Willie, at his age, he's 5, will just go, right.
Champion bumper.
Champion bumper. I think he's 4, actually.
Yeah.
So they'll go champion bumper as a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
If he's any use. Obviously, he's got to be very good to run in a champion bumper. But I'm a bit disappointed, because I don't ever want to lose people money. But I think if there's time, hopefully you can cash out of the Supreme slip or something like that. I did say that if I could back one horse for a race, it would be him for the Supreme. I think that is unlikely. Not impossible, but unlikely. I nearly put him up at 20-1 for the champion bumper. Okay. But I didn't, because just at this time of year, it's so difficult. I always get kidded into putting one up, normally try and buy Gordon Elliott, and it never quite happens.
Yeah. Although, did you see your man won the other day?
Jumped brilliantly.
Yeah. You just, Marjack Hill was just on the wrong grade of race.
Marjack Hill the other day, and King of Kingsfield today.
Yeah. They're all coming good.
They're coming good. And then the other one was a similar vein of thinking, and that was Riscabahia.
Yeah.
The horse who I put up at this time last year for the Mares Novices Hurdle at 33s. She's 20-1 for the race this year. I'm telling you now, Willie Mullins and Rich Ritchie and Joe Chambers, that whole team, love her. They think she is very, very good. She's 20-1 for the race. They were obviously very disappointed that they couldn't get her out last year, but they're hoping she can make up for lost time. Okay. The form of the race she won in France is a little bit suspect. The second was a horse called Korea, who's with Willie Mullins, and isn't much use whatsoever. But the reason why I'm not putting her up yet is I want to see her. She's fragile, and Bambino Fever's 4-1 for the race. It's another Willie Mullins trained novice who has won the champion bumper, and I just think that if she were to run in a Mares Novices hurdle, she might just be different gravy.
And she'll be short.
And she'll be short.
Yeah.
So I might be backing a 20-1 shot now that might be a 9-1 shot ridden by Danny Mullins on the day. I'd rather just wait.
Yeah.
I want to know if she's very, very good. And if she's very, very good, I might put her up down the line at a shorter price, but I'm happy enough to wait at the moment.
Understand.
And again, with both of those, I'm just trying to find something, whether I want to know this year.
Yeah.
What are your nearlies?
Very similar logic to yourself. I think over the last few years we've made a couple of mistakes with trying to ever so slightly predict. I think the way that the Ante Post markets are these days, it is difficult to find horses that are certainly running in races and certainly have good chances in races. The main one for me that is nearly... I have actually backed the horse for the Turners Novice Hurdle is Dr. de Menil, but just for the sake of this, like I've no idea what race he's going to run. I've no idea whether he's good enough to run at Cheltenham, and if he is good enough, is he appreciated and he wins a 2.5 mile bumper, ends up in a 2 mile Supreme? Does he run in the 2.5 mile race, or does he become an Albert Bartlett horse? I tried to get a little bit of information off Patrick Mullins this morning. He said that his work last year had been decent, but I think they were largely impressed with what he did. But he kept mentioning he's a big framed horse that probably is going to need 3 miles in time. Now that might be like Final Demand, and he runs in a 2.5 mile race, but you're there, it's just putting you going, do I really want to be putting that up? And then he's just running in the wrong race, and you just don't know. So therefore, the one I have gone for, I still don't even know whether he's going to run in the race.
Here we go, is
Jasmine DeVoe, Stayers Hurdle, 8-1. I think it's fair enough.
Did you hear something today that he's staying hurdling?
No, didn't hear anything.
Are you telling fibs?
I'm not telling fibs whatsoever,
Okay,
but
I'm
reading between the lines of the fact that Final Demand's going chasing, Game of Inches is going chasing, Kit's Bull's going chasing. A lot of kind of staying novices going novice chasing.
Ballyburn's staying hurdling.
Ballyburn's going back hurdling. Fair enough. Would you be running scared of Ballyburn? I don't believe they will be thinking at this stage that they can rely on Ballyburn being their only horse for the 3 mile hurdling division.
And that's why they'll run Jasmine DeVoe.
Well, that's the hope anyway. He's not a horse that I've ever particularly warmed to actually in throughout his career, but he did win the champion bumper, and despite being a very scruffy jumper of a hurdle, he won an Albert Bartlett. And I was even more impressed with the fact that he was able to back it up at Punchestown. Not many horses can do that after a tough race at Cheltenham, but he showed his class there as well. His jumping is getting marginally better. It's still not brilliant, but of course, as plenty of people will know, only 2 hurdles in the final 7 furlongs of the new course. It's the most tried and tested cliche of racing, and he does suit that sort of style. He can get into the race late on, long straight to get to that final hurdle. And we've mentioned it on other episodes to you, Bo, another year older. I personally, a lot of people are quite keen on the yellow clay. Wouldn't be particularly up my street at this moment in time. So therefore, I just think, looking at the market, Jasmine DeVoe 8-1 seems perfectly fair.
With what happened last year, I really like the pick. Is he one like he probably could get beat during the season?
Yes,
but when he turns up to Cheltenham, he seems a different horse.
He just seems to put it on, and they seem to know it as well, because he was 16-1 all week leading up to the Albert Bartlett, and then suddenly Paul, because I backed the grey horse Argento Boy, thinking, Townend might ride this, Townend suddenly on Jasmine DeVoe, and he went to 4-1. So clearly somebody knew something, and he suddenly jumped an awful lot better, he travelled an awful lot better, and he wins.
So you wouldn't be disheartened if he was to go to, say, Leopardstown at Christmas and get beat?
No. I wouldn't even make it 1,000,000 to 1 that he has a run over fences and still ends up in the Stayers Hurdle.
Well, what makes you say that?
I don't know. They could just try it, but they'd be wrong to try it. I was trying to say that to Willie earlier, but he wasn't really listening to me. You're wrong.
You're wrong. Stop it. I like that pick a lot.
I think it's if he's going to if he does go down the Stayers Hurdle route, he will be no more than 4 or 5 to 1 on the day.
Cue Willie Mullins coming out tomorrow in his
He will be going up.
stable tour. We've always thought this horse was a Brown Advisory horse. No, they've got so many that are going to go that way. So many.
That's more my feeling, is that they've got a lot going novice chasing, and bar Ballyburn, they don't seemingly have anything for the 3 mile division.
Interesting. I am going. In fact, I've backed 2 Robcore horses this week.
Very good.
Mm-hmm. One for this.
Yeah.
One for Saturday at Far Hills. Do you know my old mate Phil Dorr? Well, this is the day. This is.
When will we get past this?
This is the day of all days. Far Hills, New Jersey. Me, number 1 member of the Phil Dorr fan club, and he's going to go and win the American Nash. 9 to 1, bet 365.
You backing Phil Dorr for something year on year is really a bad fart that just won't leave the room. Like, it's just like, would you let it go? Like,
Do you know when Kanye West said at the awards they all wanted to know what I would do if I wouldn't win or I didn't win? Next week, I'm going to drop the mic and say, I guess we'll never know. Because this is the weekend for Phil Dorr, okay?
So you've backed him for a triumph?
I've just always thought he was a 2.5 mile hurdler. I've always thought that.
So you thought that when you were backing him for a Ryanair,
Yeah.
for an Arkle?
The people will back me up. He's been crying out for the test that Far Hills presents horses.
Yes. Good to firm ground. 2.5 miles.
Yeah, Ballysack's Hank runs in the race.
Yep.
Chaser, not as good as Phil Dorr.
Yep.
Zanna here, an afterthought.
Yeah.
Afterthought. He's ran a couple of nice races. They don't want that. Jack Kennedy also has chosen to ride him, but we'll gloss over that one.
And also the fact that Phil Dorr has also been a chaser the last.
No, that's been prep. Yeah,
been prep run.
Okay. They actually prepped him over fences the moment he finished his juvenile hurdling campaign.
Yeah, this was it.
So we're going to have our day. For those there that have made the trip, we will be there.
We will be there.
Anyway, the second Robcore horse is one that's new to the Robcore family, and it's going to come in as my first selection for the Ante Post series, and it's a mare trained by Gavin Cromwell. She's priced 9 to 1 for the Mare's Chase, and it's only by night. Who was last seen finishing second to Madgeborough at the Punchestown Festival when Gavin Cromwell's weren't in great form. At the time before that, we saw her beat Madgeborough and Lurdesud in the Arkle, albeit got beat by Django By. And I just thought she was brilliant last year over fences. I really like mares that go up against the good geldings, and she's got really good form mixed in with all of them. I think there is definitely a doubt about Trip. 2.5 miles she doesn't scream like a 2.5 miler, but I think she's classy. And I look at the list. Dino Blue was brilliant last year, but she's definitely beatable.
Yes. Brighter
Days Ahead.
Yep.
A brilliant mare.
Yep.
If she shows her best at Cheltenham, she'll take a million. She should take a million horses running in the race to stop her.
Yeah.
But we've not seen it yet at Cheltenham.
Nope.
Spindleberry, really nice novice last year.
Yep.
Excited to see what she does this season, but I don't think she's an absolute superstar. Jade de Grugy's the worry. If she goes chasing, I'd be a bit worried that she could be very good.
You just don't want her in this race if
No.
you're backing only by night.
And then you're getting into fun. The Big Westerner. Respect the Big Westerner, but a proper stayer would have to make it a real test from the front. Bioluminescence. Wadoo's going to stay hurdling. July Flower goes chasing this week. Very interested to see how she gets on. But I just think with Only by Night, the form's really good over fences.
Yeah.
She's the apple of Gavin Cromwell's eye. And I just hope that with another year on her back, 2.5 miles. I don't think she didn't stay last year. I think she had to stay in the Arkle to finish second. She was staying better than Madgeborough and Lurdesud. I know Madgeborough made the mistakes, but even at Punchestown, when she was mixing it with much inferior horses behind Madgeborough, she outstayed them to the line, and I thought they were positive to take. So I think she's classy. I think 9 to 1 is a big price, and I like 9 to 1 Only by Night for the Mare's Chase.
I think that's a very good selection. As I say, only thing is stamina, but I think they will train her with that in mind. And I'm sure we will see her over 2.5 miles before Cheltenham this year.
Fingers crossed we do. There we go. That is episode 1 of the Cheltenham Ante Post series. 1 of 5. You excited for the rest of it?
Can't wait.
That means that we've got 5 selections for the 2026 Cheltenham Festival left. If you do enjoy this video, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and you might get a sneaky extra video this week of my journey to Far Hills to watch Phil Dorr win the US Grand National. I guess we'll never know.